Hello, my name is Craig and this is Just Informed Talk. I want to welcome you to the inaugural episode of a groundbreaking series that I'll be bringing to you here on this channel titled Q Clearance. Over the next few weeks and months, I'm going to be producing a number of episodes that will be released here on the channel that will act as deep dives into various aspects of the Q operation, what it sought to do, why it was enacted, and how it operated. I want you guys to share these videos as far and as wide as you can. I want you to feel free to comment on them if you feel that I missed something or I got something wrong. But more importantly, I want you to take this information and use it to understand more clearly the world around you. Now, obviously, as a disclaimer, I'd like to put here in the inaugural episode and in any subsequent episode that comes from this series that the names and identities involved are only being alleged to be involved in certain aspects of the crimes or criminal factions that are being exposed here. And anyone who has not been proven guilty by a court of law is considered innocent until proven guilty. In a lead up to the 2016 U.S. presidential election, the stage was set for one of the most polarizing contests in modern history. On one side, Hillary Clinton, the Democratic nominee with decades of political experience as First Lady, Senator, and Secretary of State. She was widely expected to cruise to victory. Polls showed her leading Donald Trump, the brash Republican businessman and reality TV star entering politics for the first time, by a comfortable margin in most battleground states. She never expected what was about to happen. Donald Trump defied the odds. He clinched 304 electoral votes to Clinton's 227. Trump became the president, flipping traditionally Democratic strongholds and marking a stunning populist revolt against the establishment.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory. And I congratulated her and her family on a very, very hard-fought campaign.
Hillary Clinton initially conceded the race gracefully, but in the months and years that followed, she repeatedly claimed the election was stolen from her through undue influence.
And whether or not there's fire, we need to figure it out. But here is what's important. Put the investigation into Trump, his associates, and everybody else to one side. There is no denying that the Russians interfered in the election.
Right.
She pointed fingers at Russian interference, alleging that Vladimir Putin's government had hacked and meddled to boost Trump, combined with FBI Director James Comey's late reopening of her email investigation. In interviews and her memoir, Clinton argued these factors illegitimately swayed the outcome, framing her loss not as a fair defeat, but as a result of foreign sabotage and domestic foul play. Fueling this narrative was the infamous Steele dossier, a collection of unverified opposition research compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele, funded indirectly by the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee through the law firm Perkins Coie and Fusion GPS. The dossier alleged a vast conspiracy of cooperation between Trump associates and Russian operatives, including salacious claims like a golden shower tape used for blackmail. Mainstream media outlets seized on it, with BuzzFeed publishing the full document on January 10, 2017, just days before Trump's inauguration, despite its lack of corroboration. Networks like CNN and MSNBC amplified the dossier's claims, pushing stories that tied Trump to Russia and suggested collusion, creating a relentless drumbeat that painted the new president as a Kremlin puppet. In the wake of Hillary Clinton and elements within the deep state's audacious attempt to frame Donald Trump as a Russian agent through the Steele dossier and the ensuing Russia hoax, President Trump didn't sit idle.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
I don't know, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm is
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
Recognizing the existential threat to his administration and the Republic itself, he initiated a covert counter-operation. This plan, shrouded in secrecy, enlisted the most elite military intelligence operators to methodically expose Clinton's alleged illegal enterprises and her collaborations with entrenched deep state actors, networks accused of corruption, influence peddling, and undermining American sovereignty. This wasn't a public battle, but an information dissemination operation designed to awaken the masses without alerting the adversaries. It began humbly on October 28, 2017, on the anonymous image board 4chan's Poll Forum, where an enigmatic poster known as Q, purporting to have high-level security clearance, started dropping cryptic messages. These initial posts quickly coalesced into what the world would come to know as QAnon, or simply Q, a movement claiming to reveal the hidden truths behind the global power structures. Q's drops were phrased as riddles and questions, encouraging followers to research and connect the dots themselves, fostering a grassroots intelligence network. The first phase of the operation focused on laying the groundwork through a series of posts dubbed Alice in Wonderland. Starting in early November 2017, these drops used the Lewis Carroll classic as a metaphor, Alice symbolizing Hillary Clinton, and Wonderland representing Saudi Arabia, often referred to as Bloody Wonderland due to its alleged dark dealings. Q alleged that Clinton and her inner circle, including figures like Umar Abedin and Barack Obama, were deeply entangled with Saudi operatives, particularly Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. The posts claimed massive donations to the Clinton Foundation from Saudi sources created undue influence, with accusations that the Obama administration had funneled support to Iran's and North Korea's nuclear programs as part of this web of corruption. These revelations tied back to Clinton's campaign and foundation, portraying them as hubs for foreign influence peddling that compromised U.S. national security. Through these Alice in Wonderland drops, Q painted a picture of a vast conspiracy where Clinton's camp, her advisors, donors, and allies were infiltrated by foreign agents using the foundation as a slush fund for pay-to-play schemes. This initial leg set the stage for broader disclosures, urging patriots to follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole of truth, all while the mainstream media dismissed it as fringe. But for those in the know, it was the opening in a digital war to reclaim the narrative and expose the deep state. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Q Clearance, a series dedicated to exposing the truth of what happened during the Q military intelligence information dissemination operation. Now, a couple things I'd like to ask you here on the back end. First of all, if you wouldn't mind liking and sharing this video, that would help out big time. Also, please subscribe to this channel, Just Informed Talk, if you are not subscribed already. And finally, I'd like to share some words of scripture with you. Psalm 1 says, "How happy is the man who does not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path of sinners, or join a group of mockers. Instead, his delight is in the Lord's instruction, and he meditates on it day and night. He is like a tree planted beside streams of water, that bears its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. The wicked are not like this. Instead, they are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore, the wicked will not survive the judgment, and sinners will not be in the community of righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to ruin." I hope those words speak to you just as clearly as they speak to me. And we'll see you on the next one. Until then, I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Godspeed, and God bless each and every one of you, Patriots.